Leave the World Behind is a 2023 American apocalyptic psychological thriller film written and directed by Sam Esmail. It is based on the 2020 novel by Rumaan Alam. The film stars Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, Mihala, and Kevin Bacon as they attempt to make sense of the gradual breakdown in phones, television, and other regularly used technology which points to a potential cataclysm. The film is set in New York City and Long Island. The psychological subtext turns on white liberalism and class divisions. Misanthrope Amanda Sanford arranges an impromptu weekend getaway at a lavish vacation rental near a beach with the goal of spending quality time together with her family. She and her husband Clay drive to the rental on Long Island with their teenage son Archie and younger daughter Rose. While shopping for groceries, Amanda notices a rugged man, Danny, stocking up on large quantities of canned food and water. Later, while the family relaxed at a nearby beach, they narrowly escape an oil tanker that ran ashore. When they return to the house, they notice the TV and Wi-Fi aren't working and a pair of deer stare at the house from beyond the pool. That night, the wealthy owner, George G.H. Scott and his college-age daughter Ruth, unexpectedly interrupt the Sanfords' ideal vacation. Seeking shelter, G.H. explains that a blackout in Manhattan compelled their return. Amanda is suspicious. Clay invites them to stay. The next morning, Rose is frustrated that the Wi-Fi and TV are still down, which has prevented her from watching the series finale of Friends. Amanda notices news alerts on her phone about the blackout, most of which are about hackers, and the final one being corrupted code. Bored, Rose witnesses a large herd of deer motionless in the backyard. Attempting to learn about the disruptions and fix the Wi-Fi, Clay drives to town while GH heads to his neighbor's house. Clay abandons a non-English speaking Hispanic woman desperately seeking help, and spots a drone dropping leaflets written in Arabic. Meanwhile, GH searches a neighbor's home, discovers the wreckage of a plane crash, and narrowly escapes a second one. Elsewhere, Rose hikes along with Archie in the nearby woods, where they come across an empty shed, and Archie removes a tick from his ankle on the way back. Returning to the house, GH confides to Amanda the events he witnessed. He theorizes that nationwide satellite connectivity has been disrupted, but he is cut off by a loud shrill sonic attack. Amanda recalls the man stockpiling water, whom GH assumes is Danny, his housing contractor. Clay returns shaken with the leaflet, which Archie partially translates as, "Death to America." Fed up, the Sanfords flee the rental, intending to drive to Amanda's sister in New Jersey, but find the highway jammed with collided self-driving Teslas. They narrowly avoid incoming cars that crash as well, and they are forced to return to GH's house. Throughout the night, Ruth asks Clay provocative questions and later discovers flamingos in the pool. Amanda and GH establish a friendly bond around music from the New Jack Swing era, but are startled by a second shrill sonic attack. Then the power fails. Later, Rose tells Amanda a story from an episode of The West Wing, where God attempts to save a man from a flood with several warnings and escape opportunities. The next morning, Archie's teeth inexplicably fall out, believing it is related to the tick bite. GH suggests visiting Danny for medicine. Rose, however, is missing. GH and Clay take Archie to visit Danny, while Amanda and Ruth search for Rose. At the shed, the two are confronted by a herd of deer, which they scare away. Meanwhile, GH and Clay attempt to convince Danny to help Archie, which results in an armed standoff between GH and Danny. Clay intervenes, convincing Danny to help Archie. Afterwards, Danny tells GH that another neighbor may be equipped with an underground bunker, and suggests that the noise in Archie's teeth falling out are the results of a microwave weapon. Shaken, GH hypothesizes to Clay and Archie that the country is in the midst of a three-stage military campaign that will culminate in a coup d'etat. At the same time, Amanda and Ruth watch New York City being bombed, and hear gunfire in the distance. Meanwhile, Rose has found the neighbor's house with the bunker. Inside, a computer message warns of elevated radiation levels across multiple U.S. cities, an attack by rogue armed forces. She finds a DVD of Friends, and watches the series finale. What makes Leave the World Behind controversial? There are a few things about the apocalyptic disaster movie that have rubbed people the wrong way. Netflix posted one scene on X in which Tesla cars on autopilot crash into each other and their surroundings, and Elon Musk had to respond about how the cars would keep going in an apocalypse. This really only helped the movie's argument that autopilot technology is more harmful than helpful. Others have taken to social media to say how much they dislike the ending of Leave the World Behind. Although the endings of the movie and book are different, they both end ambiguously, allowing the viewers to determine what happened. Many viewers have said they wanted a more definitive ending, and felt it was over too soon, but that isn't what either the author or the director were going for. A Lamb told Variety it is a film that respects you as a viewer enough to not provide that, but the biggest controversy surrounding Leave the World Behind comes from one line in the film. In one scene, Ruth, a young black woman, talks to her father, G.H., about the future of the world. She tells him, "I'm asking you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be doled out easily to anyone, especially white people." Some conservative viewers on social media, mainly X, claim the line is anti-white and racist. The production company for Leave the World Behind is Higher Ground, which is owned by Barack and Michelle Obama. A few users on X have made a big stink, questioning if the Obamas offered any notes on the film about the character interactions, and this line in particular. Given how some of the white people act in the movie, and, in most of America's history, such as Amanda always being suspicious about the homeowners, can't you understand Ruth's point of view? Leave the World Behind is streaming exclusively on Netflix, and it's definitely worth a watch. You can come to your own conclusions about whether these controversies are warranted.